EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. It's opening round coverage of the United States Open Championship.
Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here to call the action for EA Sports at the U.S. Open Championship. We are at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. And Frank, this does not look like any U.S. Open golf course that I have seen.
No, it's quickly getting the respect of many of the golf pundits and writers out there as just this wonderful blend of links and parkland-style golf. It presents so beautifully to the eye, but also it challenges every aspect of your game. And really, you couldn't want for anything more than that when you were going to play a major championship.
Designed by Robert Trent Jones II with breathtaking views of the Puget Sound as well as the Olympic Mountains. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Now the approach here at hole number 1. And Frank, what are we looking at?
Well, semi-blind, but it's fine. You know, just a little peek and you can see what's in front of you. Really no bunkers down the left side. If you do miss down there, a little chip back up the hill, but it's a big enough green.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Second hole now here at Chambers Bay. U.S. Open, Frank, it's a relatively short par 4.
It doesn't mean it's easy, though. This is more of a strategic hole. You want to lay the ball up around sort of 270, 280 yards. Avoid that big bunker on the left. It is going to leave a short iron in, but the hole bends to the left as well as the slope of the land is right to left. Got to take that into account.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. How about this? Birdies at 1 and 2. We could be in for something pretty special today. Now on to the first par 3 of the U.S. Open here at Chambers Bay.
It's all in front of you. Beautiful view there in the distance. You can see the water. Once again, it does slope a little right to left. Don't have to go straight at the flag here. This one's a little bit of a sleeper.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Now set to play the first par 3 of this U.S. Open, Frank, the 3rd hole here at Chambers Bay.
A little bit like the second hole where the contours slope from right to left. So if that breeze is coming from that direction, that's going to swing the ball all the way across the green. And this green is anything other than symmetrical. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, you've been there, down to the wire at several U.S. Open. What's that pressure like?
It's so different from any other type of major championship because that's normally the toughest test. That's where the scores are the highest, i.e. relative to par. That's actually where par itself is a good score. I mean, you're bruised and battled by the end of the week. With the exception, really, remember when Rory McIlroy won at Congressional? That's the one time when a U.S. Open played soft. But Martin Keimer at Pinehurst on a firm, fast golf course, it's a different test. Tiger Woods at Pebble Beach. You just think of people struggling at the end of the week and really last man standing. That's what a U.S. Open means.
really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. Now the 5th hole here at the U.S. Open, and Frank, quite a dramatic tee shot.
Everything's really in front of you. You can see it from the elevated tee, bunkers left and right. That's not really the problem. One of the problems is that bunker just short, smack bang in the middle of this green. So the chances of flying that bunker and stopping on this green down breeze are probably next to none. So you're going to have to go in right or left of that bunker.
Headed for the bunker. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Second shot from 160. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. And you've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
In for par. Will sit tight at 4 under. Back down now to hole number 6. Couple of birdies already on the card. Still early, Frank, but we've seen some solid play.
This is exactly how you want to start the first round of a tournament, Rich.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. That's a good spot right there.
Sync up.
How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Shouldn't be a problem here. robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Has this to save par. Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. Well, Frank, what a stretch of tough par fours here at Chambers Bay. Now to the 7th, long uphill par 4 and a lot of trouble to the right.
Yeah, and it's all sand, that's for sure. If you miss the field on the left, then it's all dunes, so take your pick, really. But ideally, that green piece that the superintendent often mows each and every day, that's the place to go. And for a U.S. Open at 508 yards, if you miss that little green strip, then this hole will be hazardous because it's going to play a lot longer than that uphill.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, the approach here at the 7th, and there's a lot to consider here.
There is. The green at the front is much wider than what it is at the back. It's almost like a tooth or a molar shape. So, you know, that front portion, when the flag's there, definitely a birdie hole. Just got to be a little cautious when they put the flag on the back.
Moving a little bit to the right. And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
No problem at all. Good putt, and stays at 4 under par. Now to the second par 5 of the round here at Chambers Bay and the U.S. Open. It's a long one.
Yeah, it's a beast. You miss this fairway, you could be hitting all day long, and of course that's going to rack up a fairly healthy score. Meanwhile, hit the fairway there. Only the longest hitters will reach this par 5 and 2, but still a good chance, even with a wedge, to make a birdie because the green slopes back to the player.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this really is a remarkable turn of events, considering that earlier we had pretty much written them off.
Well, we had, and for good reason, too. Was not playing well. It looked like the round was going to continue to go in that direction. But somehow, and believe me, I don't know how, he's just completely turned this round around.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. And getting ready for the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par. It's no snack, though.
Continues to putt beautifully. Frank, the ninth hole is called Olympus. Feels as though Russell Crowe should be standing on the tee, starring in some sort of a movie about the Greek gods.
I knew you'd go like Titans and that down here. But this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich. This isn't for the Greek gods and the Titans of the world. They might think they are, but this is for you and me. This is for everybody. 36 handicappers. We can all play here.
This has really been an airtight performance to this point, just flawless. Second shot, good look at the green. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss, and a drop shot here at the 9th.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo playing Chambers Bay out in the state of Washington in the great northwest of the United States. Frank, let's take a closer look now at the 10th hole.
Well, you can see where you've got to go by virtue of the dunes left and right. This is one of the few greens that is well bunkered around, so you can see it's short, short right, short left, and there's another little bunker just on the left side. So it's a tricky little second shot coming in here.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That is classy.
Well, they had a chance of going in.
Settles in over the putt.
Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle.
The 11th hole, Frank, what's the right way to get at it?
Just got to be cognizant of that ridge that cuts through the middle of this green, that sort of turns this green into one simple green and all these little complex sort of sections. That's the biggest thing, but that's also, you realize very, very quickly, you're playing links golf today.
Get down, look out.
It's over. The green.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
These putts keep the round together. just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, when you think of U.S. Opens, you so often think of a tough grind, but in recent years they've added some spice with the reachable par 4s, and we have one right here at the 12th.
And this is the reason why we're starting to see a different type of U.S. Open champion over the years. The Rory McIlroys, the Tiger Woods, even Martin Keimer, guys that are strong enough, powerful enough to take advantage of these type of holes.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
More than a bonus on the scorecard there.
With just 6 holes left to play here at the U.S. Open, we arrive at the 13th. It's a dogleg par 4 to the right.
And in a U.S. Open, obviously 534 yards means if you make a mistake off the tee, the chances of making 4 here are minimal. So fairway first. It is one of the wider fairways on the golf course. You're still going to have a lengthy second shot, and you must avoid the bunker that guards the front of the screen.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good contact, good result. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
It's at sneaky distance.
came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Frank, a fifth consecutive par 4 here at the U.S. Open. This is the 14th hole, and I'm guessing by the time you set foot on this tee, you'll know exactly where your game is at.
Oh, this one here, great reward for someone that's driving the ball well. If you can drive it, down the left middle, avoid that little one-pot bunker in the middle of the fairway, you're going to certainly shorten this hole up. And then you can start to use the contours of this hole too, that bend right to left. And 546 yards becomes much shorter than what you would think.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting is no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Getting set now over the putt.
Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. Getting set now to tee off at the 15th here at the U.S. Open par 3, and it stands out because it has the only tree on the golf course.
It looks magnificent, doesn't it? Get your eyes back on the green, Rich. Come on. When they use the short tee for the U.S. Open, just 167 yards. So this is really a hole that the players are just going to eat up if they get the right wind conditions. Just an 8 or a 9 iron from 160 yards for these boys. To a green, that, well, it should be very well received.
Headed for the bunker, I think. And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Now to the 3-hole finishing stretch here at Chambers Bay, and we get it started with a relatively short par 4. It's a 423-yard hole, the 16th, Frank.
Been slightly to the right. There's a huge bunker all the way down the right side that sort of starts, I don't know, maybe about 100 yards off the tee, goes all the way to the green. You go right, and then you realize why this hole is called Beach. I'm loving that balance.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem's going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Keeping pace. Good stuff right there. 6 under par. Pressure's beginning to rise here. 17th hole of the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay. And this one, Frank, the par 3 will require a really good shot.
It's amazing how many U.S. Opens have great 17th hole. I think of Winged Foot, par 3, 17th, even Marion, par 3. This one will certainly fit in the same vein. It's named Derailed, and it will derail many a player trying to win a U.S. Open.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here. safely on the dance floor. It's no snack, though.
That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. Settles in over the putt. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. This is an eagle putt. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. These putts keep the round together. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Clean this up with a tap. Impressive. Once again, that's a par. Remaining at 5 under.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round 1.
Good place to be.